Okay, I wanted to do a quick reaction video to this interview that I seen Don Lemon have an interview with Pastor Owens about Trump attacking black people after he just met with black leaders and stuff like that. And the only point of this video was I wanted to break down the video to show you exactly what kind of a snake Don Lemon is. And I show you step by step as we go through the video. It's not long, it's only about 7 minutes long, to show you his agenda and show you his game and his sneaky tactics on how to spark racial division in this country. And let me just jump right into it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let's do it.
The president met today with 20 African-American pastors and faith leaders behind closed doors at the White House. Joining me now, one of those pastors, Reverend Bill Owens, is the founder and president of the Coalition of African-American Pastors. Pastor, thank you so much for joining us. Good evening to you. What did the president say about his attacks against these leaders of color, and did any of the faith leaders raise concerns about that?
There you go, right there off the bat. He started it and made it about race. He wants to get this pastor to attack Trump. He wants him to attack him. He wants him to acknowledge and confirm that he doesn't like black people, that he's against black people. I'll show you.
Well, I think something was said.
Before he even answers, look at the title that they put down there. POTUS meets with African American faith leaders in the wake of his attacks against leaders of color, meaning Elijah Cummings and the whole Baltimore thing going on when he said that area is infested with rats. I don't know why they associated rats with black people, because rats are rats and people are people. I don't understand the correlation, but I guess you would have to be a racist to make that suggestion.
In passing, I don't tune in to negative talk from any side. So some things were mentioned, and I took the position that we as black pastors should go down to Baltimore and see what we can do to help. I'm not going to criticize if there's a need, because I was born poor. When I was up until I was 8 years old, I lived in a 2-room house, no water, no lights, a pot-belly stove in the middle of the kitchen, and until I was 8 years old.
Pastor, we have a delay, so pardon me for that. So I just want to, just for the sake of time, and I don't mean to cut you off.
We have a delay, just for the sake of time. I don't mean to cut you off. His answer didn't go in the direction that Don Lemon wanted it to go, which was to attack Trump because he's a, quote, racist. So because this pastor started to talk about his background and his stuff and wasn't talking anything negative about Trump, he was actually trying to be very, cordial and neutral, and it wasn't going in the direction Don Lemon wanted it to go. We have a delay, and just for the sake of time, don't mean to cut you off, let's get back to the race-baiting agenda.
The question was, what did the president say about his attacks against those leaders of color, and did any of the faith leaders raise concerns about that?
I don't remember him saying anything about colored leaders, leaders that are colored. There were some things discussed, said, but I don't remember him referring to leaders of color.
Did anybody there raise concerns about what he has been saying lately about people like Elijah Cummings or anyone?
Oh, let's get back into the race. But does anything concern you about what he said about Elijah Cummings? Because, Elijah Cummings is black.
Well, that was not the purpose of the meeting today. Today the meeting was how can we help the black community. That is my concern. That was the purpose of the meeting. That is the reason I came to it.
He gets back into focus on the topic. I love it.
And that is my focus, helping our inner city young people, especially our children, our young people.
So the president tweeted today that he was looking forward to his meeting with wonderful inner city pastors. Any concern for you that the president used this meeting with black leaders to insulate himself from that criticism?
Keep going.
I don't think so. I don't think that at all, because I've been to the White House 4 times in 5 months. So it was nothing about insulating him from anything. He wanted to hear from us what our concerns were and what he could do to help us.
Don Lemon doesn't like that answer. Let's go.
So Pastor, you've said some controversial things before. In 2012, you equated President Obama's support of same-sex marriage to supporting child molestation. You later walked that back. But that in itself is an outrageous statement. Why should anyone take you seriously?
I never said.
Why should anyone take you serious? So that's what he does. He didn't get the answer he wanted, so he discredits this man. He tries to smear him now so that whoever's watching, hopefully his audience won't even take this man serious. That's how he works. How do you guys not see this?
I've never said that. I've never said that. I have never said that. I had a difference with Obama about same-sex marriage. I've never mentioned.
Now, look at the title right there. Controversial African American pastor meets with president. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to focus on. See the tactics that CNN is doing. See the tactics that Don Lemon is doing. You guys have to pay attention, because I'm looking at this. I just saw this video once before doing this reaction because it blew my mind, because it's so obvious. This Don Lemon, this piece of shit, it just keeps going. He's a puppet. He's a puppet for all the left has to offer is race baiting. Without racism, the left has nothing to run on.
About President Obama. Never. If I did, find it.
If I did say that, find it. Look at Don Lemon dying to find it.
I've never said
and this is a quote. Okay, if you watch the men who have been caught having sex with little boys, you will note that all of them will say that they were molested as a child, Owens said at a news conference in 2012. For the president to condone this type of thing is irresponsible. He later walked those comments back, saying he didn't think the president was condoning molestation. Is that not correct?
That is correct. I've never felt the president was doing that. As a matter of fact, the president is a gentleman.
In fact, the president is a gentleman. And Don Lemon is reading a quote from some other quote journalist, or whatever the hell they're called now, activists, to smear this man. Now, that's veering off the topic. You asked this man who met with the president to get his side. Hey, I didn't meet with the president. You did. Do you think he's a racist? Do you think he this, do that? And he didn't give him the answer he wanted. He says, oh, well, it says here that you were for child molestation. Give me a fucking break.
Conversation with one of his key assistants to talk about the things that we disagree with him on. And the only thing I disagree with President
And look,
Obama,
and they keep that title on there. Controversial African American pastor meets with president. They keep it on there so that whoever's watching, if they just tuned in, that's what they see. They see this man. They probably don't know who he is. Not like he's the most famous man in the world, but they see, oh, controversial African American pastor meets with president. Let's see what he has to say. So that if he does say anything positive about President Trump, guess what? He's controversial. He might not be all there.
on was same-sex marriage. That's the only thing. Little reporters tried to get me to go into other avenues, and I would not do it because I feel same-sex marriage was ungodly. And I took that position then. I take it back.
So, I know it's hard for you. You think it's hard to believe that Trump is racist, but he's repeatedly used racially charged language.
He's repeatedly used racially charged language. That's exactly what Don Lemon is doing. In every single episode of his pathetic show, that's what he's doing. He's always race baiting. He's bringing up race. He's making everything about race. If you make everything about race, then everything will seem like it's about race. This is deliberate, by the way, guys. This is fucking deliberate. They're doing this on purpose. This is all a plan. This is all a plan to get you mad, get you pissed off, and divide us so that they can get the votes. And without, like I said, without racism, they have nothing to run on. They have no policies. They have no solutions. They only have solutions, quote, solutions, for what Trump is proposing. And their solution is, whatever Trump's proposing, let's do the opposite. That's their policy. Let's keep going.
He consistently attacks black and brown elected leaders.
He consistently attacks black and brown elected leaders. I remember Trump attacking Nancy Pelosi. I remember him attacking Rand Paul. I remember him attacking Jeb Bush, Ted Cruz, black, brown, white, yellow. It doesn't matter. If you attack Trump, he attacks you back. But notice how this isn't a fact. This isn't a fact. This is just Don Lemon saying, oh, but he has attacked. You know, like he's trying to get you to see it as a fact when he has no facts.
So why is that hard to believe, Pastor?
Well, I find President Trump leaders of all colors. He attacks who he will. He's his own man, and I can't dictate what he should or should not do. But he does not just attack black people. He attacks anybody, and you know it.
He attacks anybody, and you know it. Not everybody. Anybody. Meaning black, white, brown, yellow, it doesn't matter.
So as a man of faith, as a Christian, you're...
As a man of faith, as a Christian, look what Don Lemon, this little snake, does. Look at this. As a man of faith, as a Christian,
he attacks anyone. It sounds like you're condoning attacks. Is that Christianly or godly?
It sounds like you're condoning attacks, like in general. Is that Christianly? Is that? Oh my God! How do you guys? Oh, this is brutal. This is so clear. Don Lemon is a fucking little rat.
I'm just stating a statement of fact. I'm not condoning anything. I'm stating a statement of fact. President Trump does not pick the people he attacks because of color. He attacks anybody he feels needed.
Is that
okay with you?
Is that okay with you? No, but that should be okay with you. Like, I don't understand. Is that okay with you that he attacks anyone that he feels needs it? I think anyone, and that's the thing too. They're saying it's an attack. I don't ever see Trump just out of nowhere just picking someone for no reason and just attacking them because he's an asshole. You know? I see people attacking him, and when he attacks back, they're like, oh, he's attacking the media. Do you condone that? What do you think about that? Is that right?
Well, I'm not his judge, but I've been attacked. Let me tell you something.
Now the pastor says, I've been attacked. Now let me tell you a little something. He's going to start to go into him being attacked, and watch what Don Lemon does. Watch Don Lemon.
Give you a little background. I was in seminary, and I started recruiting students for this university, and I got criticism from my leaders, from many ministers. Why are you down at that white man's school? So I'm used to criticism. I couldn't believe it. We started out with 3 students and put 400 students in a university, inner city students, that this ministry, CAAP, was born out of, which was Give Me a Chance ministry.
He's starting to go into the background of him being attacked by his own leaders. Now look at the new caption they put on the bottom. President doubles down on attacks on Cummings after calling congressman's district infested. Again, they're putting it like that's the way it is. That's a fact. There's no other way to look at it. Watch. This pastor's starting to get into the background of it, and watch what Don Lemon does.
The university to give these students a chance to go to college.
So,
students
Pastor,
who had no idea they could even go to college.
I appreciate your giving me your biography. I do, but for the sake of time, because I don't have a lot of time with you, I have a lot of show ahead. What does that have to do with this?
Right. Okay, then.
Can you believe the pompousness of this man? Biography? Like, how condescending, how much of a prick can you possibly be? I think he set the bar way too high for anyone to be more of a prick than Don Lemon. Fucking Don Lemon. Oh, it's brutal.
I was criticized then, and I'm criticized now, directly or indirectly, for meeting with the president. What I'm trying to say is I do what I can to help our young people, wherever that is, however that is. And I have an agenda to help our black young people and poor people of any color throughout this country.
I appreciate you giving me your biography, but what does this have to do with it? You're not listening, Don. You're not fucking listening, Don.
And I'm going to do it again. And I will work with the president on that agenda.
Did you work with President Barack Obama on that agenda?
Oh, cute cute question.
I work with all presidents on that agenda.
Yeah, was that good enough for you, you little fuck?
I'll work with anybody that wants to help this country and help our inner city young people. I don't want them to have to go through what I went through to get where I am. Thank God I'm blessed. Starting from nothing on the other side of scratch, I have 3 university degrees. I thank God for that because God blessed me in this great country.
Amazing.
Pastor Owens, again, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, he got nothing left. You got nothing, Don.
President met.
Guys, I just want to say, it's clear. It's out in the open. We all see it. I want you guys to see it. I'm showing you, this is just a small clip. I mean, this goes on for days and weeks and months and years. And it should be obvious to you. And you know what? I'll go out on a limb and say this. If it's not that obvious to you, you're either dumb, or you're not paying attention, or you just don't want to see the truth because it contradicts everything you've believed in, everything you've been brainwashed to believe from the very beginning. And I know it's hard to transition out of it, but eventually you're going to have to wake up. It's either you wake up nice and easy, or you get woken up abruptly, because the truth is coming out and you're going to start to see it more and more and more. And the only thing I don't like about Trump is the fact that he lied to everybody when he said that we are going to get sick of winning, because I am not fucking sick of winning. I can get used to this shit. Let's keep this going. Do me a favor, hit me up on the comments. Tell me what you guys think. Agree, disagree, whatever it is you want to debate about it. Like, subscribe, and God bless you guys.